All right. Welcome back, everyone, for more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney with Grumpy Magician here.
Hello.
We are getting back in. So, last week, what all did we learn? So, we learned that there's the same man has been murdered twice in two different places at the same time.
Yep. Supposedly, the murder weapon for the second one was taken from the first one, if I remember correctly.
Something like that.
Because it was stolen evidence, which is where the first murder occurred.
Yeah,
The
switchblade
body wasn't
knife.
found. Then it turned up in the muffler,
Yes.
in the exhaust of the car.
Yes. And all of this is related somehow to the SL9 incident, which occurred roughly 2 years ago, which cost Angel Star her job and got Marshall demoted.
Yep, so now he is a patrolman. And we got a flashback scene of those two and Goodman and someone else in suspiciously similar cowboy attire.
Sure, no one there is relevant. Oh yeah, and Officer Meekins has been arrested as the murderer.
Yes.
And then we have definitely not corrupt police chief, Mr. Damon Gann.
Yeah. Who... Like, I still think that somewhere in this is Marshall having fucked up. But I believe my last firing of the plot shotgun was that Gant was somehow responsible for like what happened in the past. Like he was shutting them down, stop them following up, and he is similarly up to something here.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Right.
shall we head into this here evidence room? I believe we've done everything here.
Yes, I believe like the last thing we did was making sure we cleaned him out.
Yeah. So let's get on in here and see what's going on.
And let's view the second crime scene.
Okay, this has gotten a little bit of a tech upgrade since the last time, compared to the one in Criminal Affairs. Good lord. There's a car door with handcuffs on it, just chilling in the corner.
Yeah, kind of
Wait.
handcuffs.
Wait, hold on. Those are
The
gumshoes.
tools from-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the metal detector, the fishing rod.
No dog though.
Whatever that button is. Using target. Okay.
Well, February 23rd, evidence room, sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here.
So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
We just open the door up. Gumshoe's manifested. It's the spirit of Gumshoe.
You can't scare me. You rang bell. Ah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is it true what I heard? Righto, please do I look like a selfish man. Man. Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So, go ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50, even me. He's got his priorities straight.
Hey. Go get a gumshoe. I believe in you. Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today?
What's for a day?
But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this.
Yep.
Evidence room floor plans. Scene of the stabbing. Have a look at this first, I guess.
Yeah, let's give this a look, see what the general
it's
layout
very
is.
detailed.
Cool.
4 sets of lockers in this evidence room. Okay, we can slide, it looks like, see the other half of the room. Okay, there's where it happened. Gotcha. Nice bloody handprint.
Ah. Bloody handprints. Why is there a bone saw?
Why is there paint?
Oh, because he was making the blue badger in here.
Oh!
Blue,
Yes!
yellow, wood saw.
Why are you making it in here?
Gumshoe.
You're gonna get high on
You heard
paint
of the
fumes.
phrase contaminating evidence.
Also that.
We do have bloody handprints there.
Cool.
So we can examine the lockers, paints,
Prints.
what's on the floor, like that debris.
Yeah. The glove on the crime
yeah,
scene. Yeah. And
And
then,
we can check the hand and probably luminol as well.
yeah, then
That was
all...
the other thing last week.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got luminol.
We have actual stuff. We can also
My God.
we can also check the 2 piles of stuff. It looks like each door is separate, but I imagine one of them will set off all of the closed ones. Though one of them does have something sticking out of it on the left side as well.
I'm gonna call right now that's Bruce Goodman's coat
It's
that the fake is wearing.
something. Yeah. All right. We start with talking to Gumshoes, or we want to scan the room first?
Let's do the usual scan of the room first.
All right.
What do you feel like starting?
Let's start on the left side because I feel like the bloody handprint and the open door are gonna lead to things.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
So, car door then?
The regular door also is there, so... Regular door first, I guess? Why is the regular door something here? Okay.
Regular door. That's the door we just came in through.
Looks like you don't need an ID card to get out.
I wonder what would happen if Officer Marshall cut the power while we were inside.
Panic dots. Let's hope he remembers we're in here.
Feelings right. Watched Panic Room last night.
Doors like this have to have emergency opens, right? There's no way you couldn't get this open from inside if it was out of power.
It depends. So there are a number of vaults over here where it's electronic access, but then in the event of a power outage or so on, or like a fire or something, to protect the goods in the vault, it seals the door the moment power goes out. Which, unfortunately, that's usually what it is. A hermetic seal,
Yes.
where it is completely airtight. So if anyone's in there, I hope you're good at holding your breath.
Yep. Well, The corridor and the target.
Car door. So what Captain America ripped this off its frame. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner.
That looks like a car door.
Pair of handcuffs attached to the frame.
Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away.
Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. Oh, this is just bundled together, I guess.
Yeah. He's been shot square in the forehead.
Better him than us.
Was not expecting that.
I mean, fair?
Yeah. You go, I guess. Alright, let's hit the one with the thing inside of it, I guess. In case these are separate. There's something sticking out of here.
Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. Ah, there you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob.
There's the man with loose necktie, undone, 2 buttons down, a pen permanently wedged behind his ear. At this point, I'm wondering if that's an accessory, not an actual writing implement.
Look, if I had to run around the city on foot as much as this man does, I wouldn't have my tie all the way up either.
I have been conditioned by the academy I attended.
Yeah, that's fair.
They went, hey, is it the middle of summer? Are you playing sports? Too bad. Shirt fully buttoned, tie up to the neck.
Don't even have
Otherwise,
sports uniforms.
detention. Oh, we had sports uniforms, but you're only allowed to use them during PE.
Okay, right.
You want to use the tennis courts at lunch?
Ah, gotcha.
Too bad, you're doing that in your school uniform.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, I hate it.
I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was opened recently.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. Couldn't they just fix it?
Yeah, they probably should just fix it. At the same time, I guess it would be a thing of, alright, well, you fucked up. You can't be fucking up like that.
Oh, how many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too.
I bet he doesn't tuck his shirt in under that trench coat either.
Hey. Phoenix. Fuck that. I hate that everyone goes like, it's full shirt, you have to tuck it in. No. First of all, full shirts can look good untucked. Second of all, airflow, man. Do you know how stifling that is?
We were just talking about this man running around LA on foot.
I will give him a pass on that one. Even with the academy, I never tucked that shit in.
I'm surprised they were like, you gotta have the tie all the way up, but didn't have your shirt tucked in on the lift.
Oh no, I got shouted at every time I got spotted.
Okay.
But I would always make sure to dodge teachers and only let each one catch me once per day.
Gotcha. Freaking... That's like a challenge run, which, you know, it's normal for you, I guess.
Dude, eventually they got so used to the shit, like they weren't surprised when they found us just playing poker in the lunchroom. Like, so in the sixth form, you usually have your own personal common area,
Right?
which is like the final 2 years of
Mhm.
secondary school. Teacher comes by and just sees us all with a set of cards, chips on the table, all chatting, having a laugh. Mugs of tea. You don't get mugs. They don't know where we got the tea from, but mugs of tea as we're playing poker. Stops, looks at us. We spot him and just go, "You alright?" Raise a mug to him, drink, carry on. And he then just goes, "Uh-huh." Turns and walks away.
Reach the point of, I can't be asked to care anymore. They're leaving next year.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. You're gonna talk behind someone's back. Don't do it right in front of them, pal. Yeah.
Alright.
The others appear to be separate, so hit the bottom one and go. Let's hope each of these is an individual, or this is gonna take a while.
This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams.
I'm not so sure about the dreams.
Oh, that was a...
Yep.
It won't open.
Did you really think it would? Hey, pal, our security is high-tech around here. Okay, yes, these are now checked off. So now is the other pile of junk. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. Go.
No, I was just saying, cool. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is.
Ah! That's my personal pole! Never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal. That's that metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Well, that feels like it was ages ago.
Are you sure? Because like the past few days of trial, we've been bringing it up again and again and again.
You keep talking about this thing, yeah?
Man, that was ages ago. 5 minutes earlier. Oh, the DL6 incident.
Edgeworth staring off into the distance.
Staring off, slowly fading to grayscale.
Yes. And... I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. I'm sure it'll come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap-looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by the cover. You gotta look at the heart. What do you call a robosexual? Do you know that one? I was gonna say that's what gumshoes is, but I don't know the word.
I don't know. Like, I definitely walk in circles where those people are there, and
Yeah.
everyone just goes, yeah, they're into that. But
Don't know the word.
I don't think I've ever actually heard the term for it.
Alright, well,
Oh, now I need to find out.
now we need to know.
Oh, it's fairly simple. Robosexuality.
Oh, I called it. I accidentally said it right. Cool.
ASFR, technosexual, robosexual, or robophilia.
Alright.
Huh.
Well then.
The more you know.
This is not the thing I was expecting to learn while playing this game, but there we go.
Look, if you've learned anything from conversations with me and Arnie, this kind of knowledge will be imparted.
To everyone. I'm gonna
Regardless.
be hearing that word a lot recently. The next Genshin character that got leaked.
Oh, you went full robot there.
Oh, I did? Oh. Hold on.
Seems to have cleared up now. You might have just had a
Yeah, watch
bit
it.
of a blip on the internet.
Yeah, it's just like going up and down. There we go. I think we're okay now. I was saying I'm gonna be hearing these words a lot soon with the most recently leaked Genshin character.
Hmm.
I don't know
I
if
did
you
see-
saw, but
I'm not gonna lie, I did see the link you posted of like, here's what they do. I was just like, that wasn't this a fantasy game?
well, it's.
Like,
I mean,
very out of the loop on Genshin.
we've had robots since the beginning, but there's been more and more. France is covered in robots. But yeah, no, there's a robot girl. Instead of clockwork machinery.
Suddenly Chobbits.
Also, I don't know if you saw the cactus guy, that was a good one to see.
Yes.
That's a good one.
That was kind of great to see.
Okay, back in here. So, we've got the bloody handprint, the glove, the open door, the stuff on the floor, and the tools. Where do we want to start?
Let's continue with the usual left to right, I
Yep,
guess.
works for me.
Bloody handprints.
Yep, handprint. What's this? Blood?
No, it's ketchup, pal. Drop my sub.
I had to take my lunch break in here.
It's just, oh man, that makes him seem really sad and lonely. I was just in here having my lunch break on my own. No one around to chat with other than the blue badger.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm so lonely.
all we've seen with Gumshoe is the guys that he occasionally gets to order around because he's a detective, and Edgeworth. And everyone else puts him down all the time.
Opening the curtains to try and get a bit better airflow in here because it's so
That's
season,
fair.
but it's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here.
Looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Mr. Wright, what if there are other bloodstains left in the room?
You should use your testing fluid to check it out. Okay, so we're gonna have to look elsewhere. Gotcha.
Alright, so...
Guards at the door first.
Didn't say rubble on the floor.
Alright, let's go for it.
Whatever that be.
Yeah, let's see.
Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? Ah, there you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of hooligan.
What? My brain immediately went to, no, it wasn't Detective Gumshoe, he's still in one piece. He hasn't been shattered. Come on, Phoenix.
Detective Gumshoe, known to be made out of pottery.
Yeah, he's, little do you know, he's actually the Emperor from the third Mummy movie.
I've only seen the first of those movies.
Watch the first one,
Yes.
watch the second one.
Okay.
The third one does not exist.
Is the second or the third one the one with the rock?
The second one is the one with the rock.
Okay.
That's like the only negative I have about that. Just, man, that does not look good.
It's certainly late 90s, early 2000s CGI.
Also, that's probably one of the only films where The Rock loses a fight.
Just before the things happened. And that was actually, like, relatively recent in terms of his, like, pop culture existence, right? It's, like, in the last decade.
Yeah, last decade or so. But even then, outside of that, he's usually the main character, so it's usually just, big badass. Smack, smack, smack.
Oh, he does also get... So, I don't know if you know anything about Transformers Prime, which was the, one of the shows. The Rock is in the show, in the pilot. He plays Cliffjumper. Famously gets brutally murdered on screen.
Oh.
In the pilot, yeah. It's like a foundational part of RC's character arc in that show. So I guess that was right before he... It's one of the better ones. If you're gonna watch a Transformers show, it should be either Prime or Beast Wars, if you're asking me.
Mm. So don't worry, gang, who are watching. We do actually play the game occasionally.
we just get into tangents, which lead into sub-tangents. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of those pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. Take a closer look.
Take a closer look.
Wonder what...
Leaning in with a big old...
Velma-style giant magnifying glass.
Yeah, giant magnifying glass. Somehow our body is arching over in a
yes.
curve, starting from our knees.
Yeah, perfect. Now I want to see Hanna-Barbera Phoenix Wright. That just sounds perfect. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke.
You want to try to put it back together?
Ah! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs.
Don't worry, Gumshoe, we're prepared for this, because we have the power of the Nintendo DS. We're not on the DS anymore? We have the power of a PC with a mouse and keyboard.
You would think they would just have a picture of this also. Like what it was.
Yeah. This should absolutely be photographic, documented evidence.
Why? I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Alright, well, here we go. Oh, this rolls weirdly. Oh, you have to... how do you drag these around?
They can be rotated.
Oh, you don't... Okay, you just have to rotate them around. You don't drag it in. I gotcha. And then you hit the button to combine when it matches.
Combine.
Okay. Where...
So in that case...
It's the 4th piece flipped over, I think, for the first bit. Yep.
Yeah.
Or 5th piece.
Yeah, it's flipped so that you've got the little wedge on the bottom.
Yeah. Let's see.
And over here we have bump into the left. That would be 3rd piece, I think.
4th piece.
Yeah, the staggered.
Then 5th piece or 6th piece, right? 4, 5, no, yeah, 6 piece.
Yes, should be good without rotating. Then we have 3rd piece.
1st piece.
No, 1st piece.
This one's a little weird because I can see all of one spot. It's the last piece. Spin it. Nope. Yes.
Yeah, last piece.
Second to last, I think. Nope.
3rd.
3rd piece
Rotate
here.
it.
Yep.
180.
Now, second to last piece, I think. No, this one goes inside. Okay, this is the
second
handle, yeah. Nope. Keep pressing the wrong button to flip this thing. There we go.
This
And still not finished, but there's the vase.
There's indeed a piece of it missing that just happens to have a big blood stain on it.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing.
Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. Problem was finishing it.
Were some pieces stolen?
I bet they were missing to begin with. Still doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar.
I kind of understand how it got broken.
Unstable jar added to the core record. So, you know, now that they mention it, this is like the vase / jar that's a movie prop in like everything. This is the breakaway vase prop, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they always look like that for some reason.
Examine that further? We can.
Yeah.
Inside it. And check the blood on this.
Oh, you meant look at the jar. I thought you meant the shards. I clicked on the pile again. But yeah, we can
Click on the pile.
Yep. Put these pieces together, it makes a jar.
Two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke.
I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar.
Don't worry, you and Mia, you can have like that scene from Ghosts. I'm sure you'll make something fantastic.
I know nothing about this movie. I don't know what it's about. I don't know any details except for Patrick Swayze is in it, and that is a scene where she makes a jar with a ghost. I don't even know who the woman is.
Decent film. Guy's in love with the girl, gets murdered, then finds out who the killer is, and is trying to protect her from him.
Okay, so
correctly.
It's Murdered Soul Suspect, but a romance movie.
Yep.
Alright.
And that game was good, but it had problems.
It was like broken, right?
With a couple. It was a combination of it was broken and it was super linear and kind of guided you a lot.
So not much actual detectiving.
Yeah, not much actual detectiving.
Dang. It's like one of those like bridge games, right? For the generation between the 360 and the Xbox One, PS4 gen.
Yeah. I grabbed it on PC, but it was a late 360, early PS4 / Xbox One.
Alright, but then... Okay, yeah, then on the jar looks like the blood and the bottom are checkable. Don't see anything else, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else.
Okay, which one would you like to start with?
Well, let's start with the main offender. Let's check out the blood. Hey, look! They're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here.
Looks like blood.
You think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed?
Not likely. This blood looks like... Yeah, like, this is... That's what I was gonna say, is what happened to cause this spray? Like, that's very specific. This blood looks like it's been here for months. Maybe longer. This jar was evidence in the SL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it.
Okay. And the bottom?
It's hollow.
Yeah, there's a hole in it. Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom.
That's weird.
I wonder which side is up.
Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar?
Cool magic item. I mean, dots. At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right?
Okay, so now that you've said it, I kind of want to make a magic item that just has like a big opening at the top and a small opening at the bottom, and if you drop it through one way or the other, it just makes whatever you drop through it smaller or bigger. Just like...
That'd be pretty cool.
It doesn't do anything really useful because it has to fit through the hole, but it's just like a neat thing. Okay, that's everything with the jar.
Back to examining. Next one on the journey to the right would be the open locker, I guess.
Yep. What's behind the door?
Look, this one's open. And the red indicator light above the door is lit.
That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Oh, that's why the guard can't fix it. Okay.
Oh, are they... Huh, that's weird.
Per detective lockers,
The
yeah.
lockers themselves are coded to detectives, rather than to the case. God, that must be horrible.
Yeah.
Because then if you have two detectives working a case, it's just like, wait, who had that evidence? Which locker is it in?
There's also the wonderful time of someone dies in the line of duty. Congratulations. You're gonna have to break this safe open to get the evidence out.
Oh, yeah. God, I hope someone has a master override.
Yep. Detective Goodman's locker.
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere.
Probably.
Reasonable. A glove. Only one.
But does it fit? Someone left a glove here, but only one.
Detective Gumshoe, maybe? Oh, there you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know, he says with a wink.
The case. Wink, wink, wink. Turning to you. Wink. Nod. Waggle eyebrows. DL6? Ah.
You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Rubber glove added to the court record. Extremely thin rubber glove, apparently, according to the description. Let's have a look at this. Okay.
There is
Tag?
nothing of note other than the tag.
Yeah. I guess might as well.
Yeah, guess so.
This is the 11th piece of evidence, I guess, for this case, since it's got the 11. Tag says SL911. Guess this is another piece of evidence from that case.
You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing.
Huh? What's so confusing about that?
You know how many other words sound like that? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag.
Zag? Is that a word?
Oh, it's from my fanfiction where What If Zagreus got naughted and joined Organization 13.
I guarantee you that's out there
'cause
somewhere.
We've confirmed that Greece exists within the Kingdom Hearts universe because of the Hercules
Hercules?
world, so Zagreus has to exist there somewhere.
I'm amazed that you actually had that bridge. It was okay.
I am... like, if nothing else, I will stand by my talent to improv some bullshit for a meme.
Fair enough.
Do you challenge me?
What? We're playing a word game now?
Phoenix. Gentleman's challenge. Throw the glove on the floor before them as it... Man has no culture.
I mean, we know this.
Yeah, true. In that movie of the studio directors.
He doesn't have the money to have culture. Alright, well, all that's left is the tools. Let's have a look here.
What's a someone paint doing here?
Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression.
What? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger?
Oh, that was
fucking,
Phoenix.
God damn it, Phoenix. Stop putting words into my mind, damn it!
Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? In the room that, as we've discussed, might be hermetically sealed? You're using paint?
Oh, true, if it is a proper functioning... Oh, God.
It's really bad!
Gumshoe. Find a park or something.
Just go out in the parking lot, man.
Yeah, step outside. Come on.
It's probably got a helipad on the roof. It probably doesn't see a whole lot of use. Alright, I think that's everything to check, though, in this room.
I think so.
Now we can talk with Detective. So what's it
Gumshoe?
like?
What's it like to have some control of your life for just a moment before it'll be snatched away tomorrow?
In fact, talking about art being about oppression. Boss for a day.
So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for the day.
That's right! It's an honor. After all, murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
1,000-yard stare, that's. They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. I am adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe. Of course! I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
Only you can open?
Okay, that gives us the details on the evidence lockers, I guess. Follow.
Close out that thought line.
Might as well. Evidence lockers. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Oh, well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my 3rd card since entering the force already. I mean, that sounds like it might be a lot, but at the same time, like... Actually, wait, do we have his age? He's 30.
I don't know.
If you go to the profiles, he's 30. That's not that bad. That's pretty okay. Considering that Goodman has lost it multiple times as well, and he was 36, so it's on par.
Mm-hmm. So that rubber glove probably has a fingerprint, huh?
Probably.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
You wanna bet?
Listen, he can't lose it. Someone else can lose it for him.
Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Exactly, pal. Lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So, the only locker we can open is our own. It's got a picture of a girl in there. A picture that's detailed enough that makes me think we're going to be seeing this girl at some point. Maybe not in this game, but maybe in a future one. That seems too detailed of a design for a random picture.
Yeah, that's absolutely a character in a future game. I recognize that portrait.
This is one of the ones. The first one. Such a weird place to see one of the ones you recognize is on a tiny compressed picture inside of Gumshoe's locker.
Yeah, this is absolutely. Hey, we went and made several games and then came back to do this for PS. So let's put a little tie-in to future events in here.
So, the only locker we can open is our own.
Funny. They look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The handles?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor. And if the wrong person touches it...
Zap! You get a shock.
That's what happens. My hand will be black and smoking every day. But any case...
Which locker is yours?
Look, they all look the same. None of them have labels. Eventually it all blurs together.
God damn it, Gumshoe.
In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Evidence locker, add to the court record. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. So did he leave it open?
Okay.
He did not. Okay, also, I just realized the blood handprint one is his.
Yeah, it's on his locker.
That's rough, buddy.
Gumshoe, show me your hands.
We need to see him. He holds them up. They're red. Listen, sometimes, you know, you make mistakes with your rock.
Damn it, Gumshoe.
Well, it's time to talk about Edgeworth again.
Anyway, I know that you're boss for the day, but about your actual boss.
Yeah. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. Oh, that's right.
So...
I forgot. Edgeworth got chewed out.
Oh, yeah. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the Inquiry Committee now, right?
Trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. So he's also involved in this one. How many incidents with 2 letters and a number is this man involved with?
You know what? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. This is Gumshoe mixing up SL9 and DL6.
I hope so. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. I guess we have to present him something. The note, I guess. That's all I can think of is Goodman's note.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that's the autopsy report. There we go.
Mhm.
Note. Unless you got something else.
No, I think that's probably the call.
Alright. Goodman's note. Well, look at this, detective. Detective's Goodman's note. And that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised to anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know. 2 years ago. Ah, okay. So the beginning of the end was his first case. I think it's a little on the nose there, Gumshoe, but sure.
Yeah, what are you saying about his career here, Gumshoe?
That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Ah, there we go. That's opened up the talk.
So about the SL9 incident.
Details, man. Ugh, now that was a bloody violent case. Violent? So it was a murder. A serial killing. A serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake. Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
And this was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight. And started the rumor mill. Rumors. About forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see?
So... that switchblade knife.
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Show the knife now, I guess?
I guess so.
Knife? This is the same we had before.
Oh, the ID card. See if he recognizes the ID numbers.
Oh, yeah, I guess. The card or the list?
ID card records.
The record, okay. Could you take a look at this? Oh yeah, we need to get confirmation of who's who on this list.
Mm-hmm.
This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors. So, it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
What is it?
That second number! It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? I think this is the one that's all sevens. Mr. Edgeworth!
Hold on, let me examine it.
I need to see, yeah, is that the one that's all sevens? No, it's not. The first one's the all sevens.
Okay.
Alright, he's in the clear.
We've got potentially Meekins, Edgeworth, and Goodman.
Yeah, Goodman is second to last, and one came out in and out twice, which should be Meekins, and then whoever came in originally.
Okay. What?
Second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
ID record updated in the court record. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? I guess it's gonna give us something for later. Nope. I guess we haven't luminoled around for other things.
Yeah, now we should probably luminol.
Okay, so hit the thing. How do you start doing this again?
Spray.
Spray to right. Oh, we have to go to a screen that no one's on, right?
Immediately found one.
There we go.
Left-hand side. Top left locker is a handprint.
Okay, there we go. Look here.
Why am I getting a reaction here?
There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door.
Stuff the coat in.
This just might be something significant. Hey! That's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Stole it? I mean, huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. Do you think you can actually mail order luminol? How controlled of a substance is luminol, do you think?
Well, it's not on Amazon, at least.
Maybe not for you, but you can buy, not liquid luminol, but you can buy powdered luminol for $20 a vial on Amazon in the US.
Yep. There you go. Luminol powdered by Crime Scene.
There is a highly pure from a place called Molecular Depot, which is $400 a bottle.
Jesus.
How big is this bottle? I need to know. This does not look very big. Hold on. This is... how much is this? Oh, come on. Let me know. Just have a size on... Oh, here. Ugh! 1 gram.
1 gram for how much was that? $400?
$400?
Jesus Christ.
It's on sale. $600 normally. Good lord.
That's ridiculous.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. We've learned things we didn't want to learn. Let's get luminol around here. Doors clean.
Obviously, the handprints.
Yeah.
Before lights up.
Oh, it apparently can be examined further if you shoot it a bunch of times.
Oh, may as well. I knew it. This is someone's right handprint.
What?
Oh,
What's...
Waluigi, calm down.
Yeah, that's where it went.
Look, there's a handprint on your door, Detective Gumshoe. What? Why is there a handprint on my door?
Horrible mental image now of Gumshoe and Edgeworth as Wario and Waluigi. That's the thing. What's the matter, Detective? This locker! It's mine!
It's yours?
Please! You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify I wouldn't harm a fly.
To be fair, you're one of the few people who hasn't threatened us with violence throughout this first game, so, you know, sure.
You're the one person who has helped us even when you weren't supposed to. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down in the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. Says the detective.
But you're a detective!
Thank you, Emma.
God damn it, Gumshoe.
At least
Why
he's
you like this?
At least he's honest. Oh, there's a lot under the bits. The rubble.
Oh, yeah, there is.
That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective? Pale blue blood. I think he's gonna say wart wart.
Always remember his favorite line when I came in. Oh, human. I've always thought it was a bit weird way of greeting someone, but yeah, I'll let it go.
Never knew I worked with Keith David before. He was very pale.
God, I wish. That is absolutely up there on the list of goals. Do anything alongside of Keith David.
I mean, that's like one of the celebrities who's like pretty easier to get in with, I feel like, because he'll just like do whatever, it feels like.
Shout out to the best sound clip slash gif of him. I think he's like playing a taxi driver or something, but he just leans back in the seat and goes, "Welcome to hell, motherfucker!"
See,
Like everything burning behind him.
I can picture it very cleanly. What I always think of with him is Saints Row 4, which is Keith David as Keith David, which is just an excellent bit.
Oh yeah. So yeah, everyone has their different roles. Keith David as Keith David.
And also, like, because he plays a guy in the first game, if I remember. I haven't played the first two myself. But he plays a character in that as well, and he has, like, the flashback voice for that, too. He's Julius, I believe the name is.
Julius, I think, was Samuel L. Jackson, wasn't it?
I think it's Keith David. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was first in Saints Row 4.
So Julius voice actor comes out. Keith David. Yeah, Gangler of the 3rd Street thanks Julius Little.
Oh. I know why, because this is not...
You're looking at...
Keith David, the voice actor. This
Keith
is
David, the character.
Keith David, played by Keith David.
And it all comes full circle.
Great.
Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. He's on track with me.
This proves that something really happened in front of this locker.
I'll
make a note of it on the floor plan. The fucking picture.
It's
Why
always
does it?
It's always when it's the picture and
Why
never
on
when
this
it's her
one?
sprite.
Yeah. It's like, why on this one do they keep her picture in frame there? Can...
Yep. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Oh, I guess we're done. Hey, pal.
Investigation concluded.
Yep. Look at the time! Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna go give him my report for the day. What? I'm guessing that's another character from the future.
Yes, it is. I know that one as well. Weirdly enough, though, that one is... Oh, where do I recognize that one from? It's not a separate music video. Sanity Not Included.
Okay.
It was old school YouTube poop. By Machinima.
Oh, yep.
By, I think it was Lyle McDouchebag. It was him and someone else, I can't remember the other name. But they did this random little song in the middle about that guy. And I just remember him essentially dancing on the stand.
Excellent. Kira Buckland was in this show, apparently. According to Google.
Wait, Insanity Not Included? She was?
So, this is just on the, cast list. So it's possible she was only there, one time. But it's Dexter Manning, Lyle Rath, Kira Buckland is the third name on the list. Alright, hold on.
Shit.
IMDb. Stars. Kira Buckland, 3 out of 5 episodes contain Kira Buckland. And I just want to say, while
she...
Go.
Yeah, she essentially voiced a variety of female characters, like Samus.
Okay.
From the looks of it.
I just want to note, if you look at the cast list on IMDb, you have all these real names, but then second to last, Spoonerism with 2 zeros.
Nice.
Very nice. And also then on this handout, why is Trebian blurred? You clearly had enough effort to write it out. Why did you blur it?
Look, French could be offensive to some people, so...
They have to censor this for a UK release.
Like, look, we need to publish this in the UK. It's gonna piss off a lot of people.
Gotta cover this up.
Gotta blur it out.
Alright, I'm gonna go give him my report for today. It might help, you know?
Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
The one that says nothing but No problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? Look, Phoenix. At least there's someone in the world that genuinely appreciates him. In a
He's going to take what
fanboy
he
way.
can get.
I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Alright, well, I guess that'll...
Take you to bail out of here.
Yep. Step on out. Marshall! Hello?
Marshall, you, keep up the good work and round up those cattle, finger gun. No, is that how you cowboys do this? Wait, why am I asking you? You're from LA. You're not a cowboy.
Being a cowboy is more of a
God damn it.
state of mind.
No, it isn't. It's a profession. It is a literal job title. God damn it.
Alright, where are we going?
So, to get to him, I assume you want to go, like, underground parking lot?
Probably.
And then up to his office from there?
We know Gant is at Criminal Affairs, if we want to check the list off with him now as well.
True, and we want to check Meekins at the detention center.
Yeah, which I don't remember where we have to go through for that. It might be Criminal Affairs.
Let's go criminal affairs then.
Oh, he's gone.
Gant's not here.
Alright, well, we can get into the detention center. Officer Meekins.
Meekins.
Look
Your
at
name
this.
and number.
Yep. ID card record. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright.
Takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Alright, well. Guess we have to go talk to Edgeworth.
Not his.
Off to the underground parking lot. Alright, she's here.
Hey, Angel Star.
Hi, prosecutor.
Keep those bentos warm.
Yep.
Or whatever you do.
Or cold.
Yeah.
February 23rd. High Prosecutor's Office. Room 1202. Oh no!
Oh god.
It's him!
No! No! It can't be you! It can't be!
You can't escape this man. Ah, guess. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met someone? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long.
I'm
It's-
going to go back to peeping into that rancid detectives building opposite to see if I can get any more juicy details.
Hopefully he's not just sitting there crying alone again.
It's a lawyer's office, not a detective office. I have a bit more reputation than that. I'm just Phoenix,
Yeah.
looking a bit downtrodden.
Is Edgeworth here?
I'm up here, up the ladder. You would know if you could crane your neck backwards and actually look upwards.
I am unfortunately a being of two dimensions.
Unfortunate. There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand.
Is this a line from something that I don't get? The
If
way
it is, I don't get it either.
the way it's phrased feels like it's something referenced, but I don't know what.
I was half expecting a gag of he had blended in because he was stood in front of his framed jacket. Right.
He has the hotel bring him tea service?
You can do that when you're not a broke-ass bitch. I guess you wouldn't know about that, Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the District Prosecutor's Office inquiry. I am.
By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you.
Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow.
The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So, Edgeworth, about this knife that was found in your trunk.
Bringing this right up again.
Not the knife found in your trunk. That's a separate one. The knife found in the muffler.
Start with the switchblade.
I am quite curious to see if he has any notes on it.
Alright, switchblade knife. Oh.
Serious dots. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right?
All has to do with that case you were on. The SL9 incident. And
Oh, yeah, we did come up here specifically to ask him about that, huh?
Yeah.
I was just joking, but I guess I got it right. Thumbs up.
Some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in.
You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life.
Well, I can give you a good one, if you're feeling it. As he falls
save
over.
that for the fan fiction. Don't worry, that happens in between in the dark section of the loading screens.
It's always so short nowadays. Cut those down.
There is a joke to make there about Edgeworth being aging hardware. But I'll leave that for the audience.
That one's for you.
I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later.
You must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Okay, so we just added on to the talk list.
Okay.
I guess that's the allegations of forgery. Do we want to go down that line, or do we want to start at the top?
Let's start from the top.
Okay. Inquiry committee. So how you doing with your boss?
How'd it go?
Quite literally. So, how did the inquiry committee go?
Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, there are apparently some who believe I concealed evidence. Gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again.
Again? Phoenix, we've watched him conceal evidence. You know what this is about.
I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case, 2 years ago.
Tomorrow? So how about tomorrow, huh? Let's not think about yesterday.
And this awkward tug of the collar. Tomorrow's trial, huh? You mean the trial? Well, they'll accuse me yet again of concealing evidence and dredge up my past even more. Alright, time for me to hit the old dusty trail.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, baby.
Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However,
Something happened?
they gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results.
I see.
Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. Still.
Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. All right, let's talk about the allegations.
Oh, you forged evidence, huh? Glare. You've been accused of forging evidence, huh?
I thought you were going for the Captain America sits on backwards chair meme there, but that works too.
So, you've been accused of forging evidence.
Yep.
The SR9 instance was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time. Damon Gant. There we go, he is involved.
That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago. Two then. Okay, that was too many twos. My brain couldn't comprehend.
Couple more twos and we'd have Darude Sandstorm. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow. You get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation?
In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed.
Wait, you didn't...
Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully.
Hey.
I feel like he's the kind of person who would enjoy law-abiding citizen. Another good movie.
That one I've not heard of.
I think it's Gerard Butler.
Oh, autocomplete too.
And I can
Jamie
never
Foxx, it
remember
looks like.
his name. Jamie Foxx, that's it. Essentially, starts the film, Gerard Butler's wife and child are killed. Jamie Foxx is the lawyer in charge of it. To get one of the people put away, he makes a deal with the other one, which then results in Gerard Butler getting annoyed. 10 years later, when the guy who made a deal is set to be executed, it's a lot more painful, and the other person flees and is then found butcher-prepped into different pieces.
Ah.
And they immediately catch him, and it becomes a series of, yeah, you caught me, but we're not done. And the film unravels from there. Genuinely good film, in my opinion.
Let's see. It's decent ratings. 7.4 audience score. I guess the ID card record, since we know one of them is Edgeworth.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, is it going to be rather than we go and find the specific people, it's we find the last person named, they give us the next person, we chain on from there?
Very possible, yeah. Alright, Edgeworth, look at this record. Oh, right. I'd better check this now.
As I was saying, Huh? What's this? Whose footprints are these? A record of ID card usage?
Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less.
Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gent, no less. Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago.
Okay.
Told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. It's AI-16.
Yeah.
Okay?
AI.
What does the A stand for? Artificial, right?
Yeah.
And the intelligence? Or the I? Intelligence. And the A. Come on, right? Okay. I'm just fucking with you. It's artificial intelligence, I got you. What does the one stand for? Just start grabbing him, manhandling him out the room.
Like, pokes him with the screwdriver.
I will stab you with this thing. You would be surprised how many murders can occur because of a screwdriver.
But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed.
The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case.
Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Unrelated evidence, screwdriver added to the court record.
Okay. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, we might have use for this. Fingerprinting kit. Aluminium powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. Me? You sure? We are the enemy, you know. I'm no say in today's investigation. Do as you will.
Edgeworth, I'm really...
Not you, right? I'm helping her, not you.
Okay.
We're still having a lover's quarrel. We'll resolve it in a later loading screen. For now, no need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved.
Thanks! How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well?
He doesn't have the salary to afford this.
I wonder why that is.
Want yourself raise, or I'll cut your salary as well.
I don't... You know, I'm not even gonna push it. You just might have that power.
He absolutely does.
He just takes less cases, and Phoenix won't take a case without Edgeworth on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Covers
And
fingerprints.
it's like the you'll never work in Hollywood again, kid. He just spreads around word. I'm putting Phoenix Wright on the blacklist. No one is to hire him as a lawyer. No, how could you, Edgeworth?
And then everyone's like, people were hiring him?
Why are people hiring this chump?
Ugh. Well, fingerprinting set and fingerprint file received.
Well, let's get going. One last investigation.
Right.
Yes, that's you.
I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Ah, so we can take this back to the evidence room now.
Back to the evidence room. Yep.
Oh, Angel's gone.
Oh no.
Over to...
Sorry. Knuckles sound bites. Oh no.
Oh no. Alright, then the guard station.
Oh, he's gone as well.
Oh, oh yeah,
They're colluding.
Yep, they're colluding. We're gonna find him in the evidence room. February 23rd, evidence room, Sector 3. Investigation turned up a suspicious handprint.
Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just bought. Ah, fucking god damn it.
Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed.
I was just about to say that. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger.
Finger?
Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print.
I really can't tell the difference at a glance.
Quit procrastinating and choose a finger.
So the pointer finger, right?
Thumbprint.
Oh, thumbprint, I guess, yeah. Thumbprint.
Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done.
Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes.
First, we sprinkle the aluminium powder around.
Huh? How do you do that? Ah, okay. Tutorial.
With the enter button on this brush right here, see?
Gosh, these kids and
It's
their
weird that
newfangled
they-
smart devices.
Yeah, it's like one of those, you know, the spray pens? We load the bottle up into the back of the brush.
Ah. Looks like that did the trick.
The aluminium powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the
Oh,
excess.
this was a microphone. How does it work now?
I fucking knew it!
Huh?
Spectro's trained me well for these games.
How do I do that? That was a game I always wanted to get into, but never did.
I loved Spectrobes. Like, everyone was out there going, oh yeah, Pokemon, Digimon. Me, Spectrobes!
It did look really cool. There was like 2 of them, I think, before they ran out of gas. Who made Spectrobes? Now I have to know. Here's another tangent. Spectrobes.
I'm not sure.
Jupiter Corporation and Genki. Don't know either of those names.
Published by Disney.
I did not know that either.
Yeah, I knew it was Disney behind it. Jupiter. Number of Mario games. Picross. The Sakura Tyson games. Oh.
Genki Racing.
Kingdom Hearts. That makes a lot
Oh.
of sense.
Okay, they're on the sport team.
Particular Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Tells the world. World ends with you.
So they're a Square Enix support team. For the most part, it sounds like.
Square Enix support. And then Genki.
Genki is the one I was looking at the wrong one first. Is Genki Racing Project, Shutoko Battle, MotoGP for the SNES.
Sim City.
Oh, they got started on the Game Gear. You ever seen one of those?
I have one.
I had one. My dad had one. We got rid of it at some point, but I did have one.
We still have ours up in the attic right next to the Master System.
The freaking Game Gear. When I saw the Steam Deck the first time, I was like, that is the same thing with a bigger screen.
It's a modern Game Gear. Everyone's like, yo, this is revolutionary.
We had this in the 90s.
Who's, like, 0 above, just... This has been a thing.
Yeah.
This has absolutely been a thing.
I've seen this.
So, funnily enough, looks like they worked on... Oh, so they worked on Spectrobe's Origins, which is a Wii one?
Oh, okay.
And that was their final game.
No, hold on. 2025, not yet released, Tokyo Extreme Racer. They've been pulled from death to make an arcade game.
God damn.
When you can't keep them down.
They've been biding their time.
16 years since the last game.
The markets will change, and then we will strike.
Alright, well, back to the fingerprints.
So... do that with E. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See?
Oh. That looks like fun. Might take some getting used to, though.
It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. Just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. That's the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright.
I guess I'd better give it a try. So I just clicked and it dusted a bunch.
Ooh, just dust everywhere, covering the entire screen.
Yep, just fill this whole thing up. And then...
Winter Wonderland with this.
E.
Right into the corners.
There we go.
Yeah, see... I'm watching your stream on the other monitor.
You're being very thorough.
I am covering everything.
Just like Phoenix turns the jar upside down. I got it.
Like, the only place I can't cover is behind the buttons because it won't let me click down there. There we go, that's a nice fully wide screen. What do you think, Emma? Did I do it? Emma? Just turn around, she's caked in powder. Oh, huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just cuts out your particular thing, so I just have a white blob.
Oh, I mean, I do as well. Mine's pretty, like, circular here.
Aha! You did it! You found one!
But this looks nothing like a fingerprint.
Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What's it mean? Oh no,
Gotta watch that name tag.
Change.
Yep. What does it mean?
How much was this game?
$20, I believe, full price. Well,
£30. £30 game, by the way. typo right there. Fucking
Oh,
unplayable.
I didn't even notice it. My brain. God.
It thinks it. Not even. It thinks. It's just it think it means. Because I guess it's meant to be I think it means.
Yeah.
But. Unplayable. Garbage. Terrible game.
My formative years with the internet being primarily reading on fanfiction and fiction press have ruined my ability to spot typos. Because my brain just automatically pastes over it all of the time.
I have spent too much time with my writing having to edit. I purposely look out for that shit.
Yeah, fair.
I think it means we're out of luck.
Out of luck?
The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves.
Dots. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here!
Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints?
Other prints?
Looking at the locker door again closely. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well.
There's a
Let's see
spot.
if we can find a clear print. Yeah, it's a little smudge there.
Fingerprints outside the blood. The smudge. Which, like, how gross were your hands if you left this after leaving blood?
Also, the real answer here. Turn the glove you have
Inside out.
And dust the fingers.
I'm assuming we'll do that after this to confirm it, maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'd assume so.
Oh, look at that. That's a little different. Apparently it's not good enough for the game. I have to do more.
See,
There we
this
go.
is why you cover every corner. Mashing this click. There we go. There we go. And blow. Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling!
Dazzling?
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So, we're not done yet. This is quite a process.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right.
When is it? So it's midnight and
Yep.
someone just came past, windows down, pumping music.
Yeah, we have those people around here too. Unfortunately, we're in a redneck area.
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I could make a pretty good guess. Bloody handprints and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker? Hey, Gumshoe, where are you?
Yeah, where are you, bud? There he is.
Compare.
There. I appreciate the... So CSI.
God damn. It looks so fancy, but it means nothing.
It's so fake.
Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe.
Dots.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look.
I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what?
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time. There's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Oh, don't make me think about punches.
Head starts to throb, just...
Yep.
Oh, not again.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait. If I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Slide on.
Slide to the left. I guess we have to luminol again.
Maybe? Unless we can just examine it. We can examine it directly. It's different. Maybe. Unless luminol has function for you.
Nah, luminol didn't do anything.
Okay. Examine. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right?
Right. There was a handprint here. Okay. Want me to try using this?
There go her eyes sparkling again. Check for prints. Okay, let's check for prints.
That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using chemical means.
Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too.
Oh. Right. So, that means no prints?
Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Don't ask me!
Yeah, Emma, don't ask him. He doesn't know what probability means. You're scaring him with big words. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Okay. So, where the other finger would be? Yeah, it's lighting up yellow. It's a little off-center, but...
Alright, but in that case, who is wiping this down? But like, you know when you get a tissue and you kind of put your finger into the tissue
Uh-huh.
to wipe something in particular? Who's doing that to wipe off a handprint and as such missing this entire other couple of fingers?
Yeah.
Rather than just hold a flat sheet and wipe.
Yeah. There's also the question of, like, why is this showing up? And why was it not bloody? Why was only 2 fingers bloody? And not like the 2 fingers you would use to ever touch something with.
Yeah.
Huh.
Good.
Gave it my best shot.
That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it?
But it doesn't look like we'll get a clearer result from this print.
Okay, let's try a different finger then.
Moving to thumb now?
Nope, there's a second one in the
Oh, okay.
space.
Okay, so
Where
that...
the ring finger would be.
Okay. Yep. Oh, right, the thumb is... Okay, I was thinking of the hand going the other one. I was like, how long is this dude's fingers?
When you thought, like...
Yeah, I
third
thought...
and fourth finger were just really far apart.
Yeah, I was like, what? This feels like it's really, like, weirdly placed. Now I realize that smaller one off to the side is the thumb.
How did people not find this guy? Look how fucked up his hands are.
Alright, I got it.
Bit more.
Why can't I... Oh, you gotta use the arrow keys, right?
Okay. Yes, Marshall?
Looks to be Marshall, yep. There.
Knew it, because he's the one who's in Goodman's outfit.
There's incomplete. Match found. Hey! These fingerprints, they...
Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer Marshall!
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall?
Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record.
That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh.
So, we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped bloodstain.
Why would Officer Marshall?
Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. Yes, this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it.
Is that the end of this? To be continued. Okay.
So, after trial, I assume?
I would assume so as well. Drop this save here to tell us. Yep, trial former. So, we're at 2 hours. Do you want to start the trial? But the last one took 3 hours, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Considering the length of this one, like, we had to... no, actually, we did the trial in one sitting last time, right?
We did, so the trial was split into 2 parts. We did the first part in one sitting. It was a full 3 hours. And then we moved over to the second part of the case, and then the start of this investigation last week.
In that case, probably for the sake of keeping it contained and not having to go, right, where's a good stopping point?
Yeah.
It's probably best we call that.
Sounds good to me. So,
yeah.
We talked about this before the stream. Next week will be sometime later, likely an hour and a half to 2 hours. It'll probably be staying there for the foreseeable future, unless something happens, as I'm going to be starting a job this week. We'll get
instant promotion to CEO position, decide your own hours.
I mean, I kind of get to do that already once I'm out of training. So, it's just going to be like sales stuff, so I can stop whenever I feel like it, but...
That's good.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll get the exact date figured out, hopefully before Thursday, on when we'll be back. We'll just keep cracking on through this until we get to the end, and then if I'm settled in by the time we get done with this and you still want to keep going, we can just go straight into Trials and Tribulations.
Yeah, wouldn't be a bad show.
Alright, well, I guess that's all. So today was a slower session than normal. We learned a lot, but not, nothing like explosive, I feel like. I feel like we've got some thoughts on where to go forward with this as we're going into the second day, but we still have no real idea of how one man died twice in 2 places at the same time.
Yeah, I imagine it's more... Yeah, not imagine. It feels more like we got confirmation on a lot of things this session.
Mhm.
Like, rather than it being, huge reveal, it's just, okay, yep, that's confirmation of what we were thinking.
Mhm.
As is that one, as is that one. Cool. We have established that we were right.
We're on track. Uh, it doesn't. I will say it doesn't feel like it's been 2 hours. Like we were,
Yeah, that,
we were flying.
that, yeah, felt a lot shorter. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess it's because, well, it's probably because there was less talking, actually. It was a lot more actual investigation.
mhm. And we spent a lot of time in the exact same room. I think half of the session or more was in that evidence room.
Yeah, this was the evidence room session for sure.
Well, you want to show yourself, and then you can go try to cool down.
Sure, sure. People can find me over at twitch.tv/Grumpy Magician. I will probably be over there in a couple hours after I take like an ice bath or something to do some more Clay Obscure.
How you doing with that? I haven't been watching
Uh,
because I want to be blind.
really good. I have one slight gripe,
Okay.
but that is very much a me thing. So obviously it is a parry and dodge centric game,
Yes.
which I love because the one thing I hate about turn based games is that they are pure numbers games. And oftentimes those numbers are kept constrained to the point you can't break it, So that there's always a challenge. Whereas because there is that dodge and parry thing, you can take on things way beyond your number limits. Case in point, last session, I spent a good half hour to an hour attempting a side boss, which every single attack it would do like 2 hits or 3 hits.
Mhm.
One hit did 9 times my max HP.
I see.
So eventually I got a 20-minute long fight with 117 successful parries
It's just
that I
perfect.
killed the bastard.
It's just that it never make a mistake or miss a hit.
As Remy said during it, it would say concentration check. Uh, but my one issue with that parry system is for the aesthetic, the camera kind of swings around and zooms in and out with the attacks, which can make it pretty difficult to tell what certain attacks are for me.
Mhm.
Like, because the camera sways, and I'm just like, okay, did that guy move his hand far enough back for a haymaker? Or was it a small one and the camera just swung, making it seem
Mhm.
bigger? Or like it throws me off just enough that I can't consistently tell a fair few tells.
I have seen similar complaints from people, so you are not alone.
Other than that, the music is phenomenal so far. Uh, Rising hits hard. Like it has its Attack on Titan, right? Let's kick the plot into action moment.
Mhm.
But it doesn't slack before it. It's not like, here's your slow RPG intro. Meet all the villagers. You're going to lose them
Mhm.
in a minute, but for now it's nice and calm. No, it's just, alright, we're getting into it. Here's interesting details about the world. Here's compelling plot. Here's right from the get-go, character-driven narrative. And then it goes, right. And now the game starts. And it's still firing just as hard.
All right, well, it's on my list at some point.
Yeah, I'm only 10 hours in, but very solid so far. And build crafting looks like it has some fun potential.
Mhm.
But yeah, so people can catch me in a couple hours over there doing that. It all can check out the VODs for that, and recently Liza P over on youtube.com/Grumpy Magician. Similarly, fantastic game. Recommend people play it. But I will probably... Something rather controversial for me is I do not want it to turn up on award list. Some more words about.
You want it to
I
stay.
don't want the DLC. It was a great game.
Mhm.
I don't think the DLC should get that kind of
Oh,
Elden Ring,
you
Shadow
mean
of the Erdtree treatment where it's like, Game of the Year, this DLC. No,
Shadow of the
not
Erdtree
long enough
shouldn't
for
have
that.
either.
Yeah. Like, phenomenal DLC. Highly recommend. Loved its story. Loved its bosses. Apparently, a bunch of people are complaining about the difficulty.
Didn't they make it easier?
Like, so they added 2 easier modes, but people have been complaining that the harder difficulty, like what was originally just the only difficulty you had,
Mm-hmm.
is too hard in the DLC. To the point that the director puts out a like direct audio recording of him, of just like a letter from him saying, yeah, we're working on, like, we understand people have issues with the difficulty. We're working to tweak it, but overall, we're pretty happy with what we put out. And if you're not happy with there being easier difficulties, we don't want our difficulty to stop people from playing the game. We want people to enjoy it. So we're going to keep that. Like, hell yeah, stick to your guns.
Almost like options are good.
Options are great. Yeah, so people can check out the VODs over there. Other than that, you can find me over at grumpymagician.beatsguy.social, where I ramble about various things such as 3D model making and how I have to completely redo it from scratch.
Had to give up on the Blender.
So I'm still sticking with Blender.
Okay.
But the way I've done it doesn't rig right.
Okay.
Like, you know, so you know the old Windows crash issue where a program would crash and then you drag it around and it kind of blurs the window?
Oh, yes.
It's doing that with my entire model.
Oh.
So within VC Face and everything, it wouldn't animate. But then if I posed it in Blender, it would drag and leave a trail of the model. It was really weird. But so I'm going to have to remake it. But now I did have an idea if I might pose it to make a new PNG thing out of it.
Yeah, that works. Don't have to lose all your work.
See. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, apologies for the long rambles there.
I stopped you in the middle of it, so...
yeah, that's where people can find me.
Alright, yep, and you can find me here on Twitch and on YouTube at the CS19 and on Blue Sky there as well. I'm not going to be posting as much, but, you know, we'll be doing this on Thursdays until I'm settled in enough with the new stuff to get back to regular streaming, but I might have to make a ramble post/blog for Trails from Zero, because this game is feeling painfully relevant. So I've gotten into the second chapter of the game. You know, not too far. It's like a 6 or 7 chapter game. And the first chapter is pretty, you know, standard. You know, you're part of a newly formed group of the branch of the police who's meant to specifically help the citizenry. You go into the second chapter, you get called in by the most famous theater troupe in the city, which is also one of the most famous in the world, because their star actress has received a hit letter. She says it's a prank. It becomes very quickly obvious it's not a prank. Someone is trying to kill her. And as you start to work your way through and you uncover the fact that there's not just one mafia in this city, there's not just one, there's 2. So you have so you're having to figure out what's going there. They're 2 mafias from 2 opposing countries that are on either side, because I sent Yoke the map of this. I'll pull it up on the screen here. Nope, that's hang on. I gotta actually put the image in. I should also probably send this to you because this image is like enormous. Let me see how this scales. Okay. It's really hard to see on screen here. I'm going to send you this map. People, you're going to have to just strain your eyes and open the thing in full screen. Because I am not fighting this thing into the correct size. So, you'll note the large red area and the large green area on this map.
Mm-hmm.
You will note, if you zoom in, you will see a small blue area in between those two.
Oh, Crossbell?
Yeah, this game is in that city-state of Crossbell, stuck between the Erebonian Empire and the Republic of Calvard. The two mafias are from either of those, and it's likely possible at this current stage of the story that they are being directly fed information and orders from the governments of those nations.
Oh, boy.
So, you're stuck in a little city-state who's stuck between two countries who despise each other and have been fighting over who has sovereignty over you, by the way. And then, as you're finally about to make any progress on this case, everyone's like, okay, we might be going somewhere. You bump into a detective who outranks you. He takes the case and says, stop, this is mine now. And that's that. You now have to operate...
Vulture.
Yeah, you have to operate under the cover. And so I'm currently in the section where it's like, alright, we have to operate outside of the chain of command and not do it in a way that's going to get us killed. And we get the wonderful moment of one of our party members having a moment where she talks about how the political situation is because everyone's having an existential crisis over this moment because everything's bad. And we get the incredibly well-written and poignant line of, we are kept alive only by the will of the Empire and the Republic, stripped of all pride, fed constant lies and deception. Any prosperity we have is because our captors will it. It's just like, okay, we're having a good time here. This is 20 hours into this game. Guys, we've barely started. You gotta calm down. And then there's also the fact that the Mafia may or may not control all of the local government as well. They've got people in their pocket in the Senate, or the Diet, because it's a city-state. But yeah, fun times! I'll have a ramble post about this game probably as I get further into it on somewhere.
That's a series at some point that I will dig into, but it's a long series.
It's a long series.
Far down the line.
I would say you don't have to play all of them. The very smart decision they made with this game is every sub-series presumes you know nothing. So if you played the older games, you might know what's happening ahead of time. You might see some like references that you didn't see before, but you don't have to. The game assumes you don't know anything that your protagonist does not know. And anything that you need to know will be told to you. So it is nice. You can kind of just pick up whichever sub-series interests you the most and go from there. And then if you want to, go back or forward, you can do that easily. It's a good time. And it also has build crafting. And while it does not have the real-time parrying and stuff, you've played Star Rail. That's where Star Rail stole its ultimate system from, where you can jam your ultimate into the turn order midway through. And you can break things. There are numbers, but you can break them if you know what you're doing.
Gotcha. Okay. That could be neat. So I remember you showing off some of the systems. And me going, okay, I could like get used to this. I could see myself enjoying fucking around with that.
The magic is weird in the pre-Cold Steel games, which is what the Sky games and then the Liberal pair, or the Crossbell pair, which is Zero and Azure, because you have to like set up the value of all the things that you're slotting into your character to tell you what spells they have access to. But past there, it's much simpler and easier to pick up.
Okay.
But yeah. That's been us, folks. You can find us at those places that we said before we ramble any further. Anything else, Ari?
Once again, we tangent. It's not our fault.
Tangent, sub-tangent, sub-sub-tangent.
Somewhere in there was a point.
There was something somewhere. Ugh.
No, I don't think there's anything from me in particular.
All right then. Well, we'll see y'all next week. Keep an eye on my Blue Sky for the rough schedule. I'll try to hopefully have an idea of it by Wednesday at the latest. Hopefully we won't have to fly by the seat of our pants on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But